everyone, I am the OP Creator, and welcome back to another episode. Today's episode will be on Mr. Mimic. Finally, I'm doing this episode. I've been wanting to do this episode for a while, but I'm finally doing it. I'm so happy. So, Mr. Mimic, obviously a bad guy. His powers, mimicking. He can mimic the abilities of superheroes, supervillains, even objects like, let's say, Mjolnir. If he came across that, he can mimic the powers of it. Just it. Not even Thor. But he could also do Thor, but he could also just do Mjolnir. How cool would that be? He doesn't really use weapons unless the power that he mimicked kind of calls for it. His weaknesses kind of depends. If he has, like, say he mimicked firepower, I guess you can say his weakness is like water or something. It all depends on what he has at the moment. His enemies include Jash and his whole team. Almost every superhero is his enemy, because he's one bad dude. His superhero intelligence level is 100, which is pretty darn high. His healing factor, it depends if he's, stolen the power of someone who has a high healing factor, or he stole the healing factor of someone. Same goes with his durability, so it depends. I guess that really covers the basics of him. I guess I can move on to his backstory. Okay, so when Mr. Malik, which was his real name, when he was a child, he thought that, and everyone else thought, he was just a regular person. He hadn't done anything special. He hadn't done anything cool or powerful. He was just an ordinary kid. But one day, he went to the bank with his mother, and a supervillain decided to rob it. And a superhero came to stop him. The supervillain had super strength. The superhero had super speed. And Mr. Malik, or Malik in this instance, the kid, saw them fighting and was able to copy their moves, their abilities, the speed and strength. So, with his speed and strength, he got his mother out, he got everybody else in the bank out, and he took out the supervillain. The superhero, though, called the military and the superhero organization, and they took Malik away from his home. And for 15 years, until he got to meet up with the superhero organization. And when he met up with them, he mimicked all the powers of the superheroes that were there, and he ran, because he did not want to be a part of that. And so he turned to a life of crime as the supervillain, Mr. Mimic. Now, in some stories, he's gone up against Jash and his team, and it's really hard for them to fight him, because it's like fighting yourself, but all of your friends into one person, using all of your powers, so you can see how that would be difficult. Well, I guess that would really cover most of his stuff. Let me think if there's any interesting facts about it. Well, there's only a few people who can take him down, and it's just because if you overpower him, like say he mimics someone with fire, and then you take on him with two people with fire against his one fire, you're gonna win. But if, say, people with all the elements, different people, fight him, he could use all of their abilities against them, so he'd most likely win. So the key to beating him is using more of the same ability. And I guess that's just a little extra fact. I guess that's it. I'll see you guys next time.